Howdy folks, Kirk and Jay here with another tip of the day as far as cracking on stucco walls is concerned. Can't get a better or more severe crack than this one here. In all the years I've been doing this is about as bad as they come, guys. Obviously it's a structural crack. This is a hairline crack. If you see this hairline, paint will flood this. A good quality primer and paint will flood that, so you don't need to caulk that. But we caulked a whole bunch over here. Can you see them? Good, you're not supposed to see them because we just fixed them. Anyway, here's what I tell folks. This particular caulk in here, yeah, it's more flex. It says textured like mortar and stretches like rubber. What does that mean? It's kind of like an elastomeric paint. What does elastomeric paint really mean? It's kind of like rubber. It's a rubber coating that stretches and flexes. What I generally do is I'll use this, I'll pull this cap off and I'll puncture it like this, although they do have, most caulking guns have a cutter. You just cut the tip off and they have this to poke it, but I just unscrew it and pop that. That way it opens a big hole in here. I'll show you something else too. Now you see this monster hole right here. This caulking, like most caulking, will go about 3/8 to a 1/2 inch. But if it's bigger or deeper than that, you should put backer rod in. And what is backer rod? This is backer rod. Say, for example, you put this in, and we already did all this on the bottom. We put backer rod in. And you just take a trowel, take anything, and just shove it in there, guys. This will go in because Jason already did this whole bottom piece. The rest of this, we don't really need it. I'll show you how we do this. I'll just go from here to here. That way I don't bore you guys. Too long a video. I know you're probably thinking too late. Okay, I cut this tip off really tight. You can cut it deeper like this, but I cut it tight because I want to fill this hole up. And I'm going to first get it going. All right, once it gets going in there, what we want to do, guys, is we want to fill this crack up. We want to fill it all the way to the back. So if this is 1-inch stucco, we got to get it to the back of the wall or to the paper. The idea for us is what I explained to the homeowner. I said, you really want to protect the paper at this point. Why? Because the paper has seen 20 years of rain, and that paper is now probably brittle. And so if you let this caulk or this crack anyhow should have been repaired about 5 years ago. But the longer you wait, guys, the more brittle that paper becomes. It's kind of like putting something in an oven. It bakes and it becomes brittle. If it becomes too brittle during the course of, say, maybe 10 seasons, it'll stretch while the wall is flexed, and if it stretches, it'll break that paper. Then if the paper breaks, now you got problems, guys. Now I could see with what I'm doing, I'm getting it in the crack, and I want it to go all the way towards the rear, touch the wall, touch the paper, and that's why I cut the tip so tiny. If you cut the tip right here, it's not going to go in there. So, got to focus on what I'm doing. Get that caulking in there. And here, obviously, where the tube or the tip can go deeper, I want it to go as deep as possible. Here's another tip too, guys. If you got cracks like this, I don't think anybody got cracks this big, but if you do it in the morning early. Don't do it in the hot sunshine, say in the afternoon. Okay, so this one right here, I'm just going to fill it. Now I'm going to just go to here because what I want to do, I could see it going in there. It's hitting that backer rod, and that was shoved in there with a margin trowel. This caulking, they say, well, gee, it'll go about a 1/2 inch thick, 3/8 to a 1/2 inch thick, and we're at the max right now, guys. So I could see this filling that up. And if I just put it on the surface, it's going to re-crack. It's going to suck this in. It's going to be like an anchor in the water. It's just going to suck it in. Imagine dropping a brick in the ocean. It's going to suck it in or fall just as steadily. Okay, so for reasons of example here, I'll show you something that when you get a crack this large, what I generally do. Now guys, you could take a trowel, you can take a putty knife. I want to hit this and go deep inside. I want to force it into this crack, even more than it shows right now, because it looks like it's at the bottom, but I don't think it is. So I'm pushing it in to go all the way to the back of the wall. And if it goes all the way to the back, then I'm going to put some more caulking on here, because I've tried to get it as far in the back as possible. But is it all the way to the back? Heck, I can't see in there, so it looks like it, but just to prove a point, I'm using this to squeeze it further back. Now that I've got it in there, I'm going to go ahead and put some more caulking on top of it. And this way, I'll push this in too. And I'll show you how we match this texture. This is one of the hardest textures to match. It is a light finish dash. It's a knockdown dash. So a knockdown dash is really difficult to repair with caulking. I'd take you around the house and show you some of their work, but that would be a cardinal sin to show other people's work that doesn't match. So again, I'm just putting another bit in here because this is a structural crack, and it's actually one of the larger cracks I've ever seen. And if you guys watch what we do, you know I've seen it all as far as stucco. Now, since I got that done, guys, if you don't have a trowel, don't worry about it, man. Just use a putty knife. Now I want to squeeze that in there, right? I want to get that in there. But now I'm jacking up the texture. I'm not worried about the texture because I can match the texture. And you just, with a crack this large, guys, you got to do this. I'll go out of my way here and show you something else before. Or let's go over here for a second. Let's see, where's see this? Can you zoom in and see that texture right there, Jay? This is that's different from that one. That one is a structural crack. This is a surface crack. It's normal. So what we want to do is we can't get in the crack because it's a surface crack. That means a good quality paint will flood this. You prime it, and then you paint it. It'll flood this little hairline because this is kind of superficial. It's not that big of a deal, guys. Paint should flood this one. Okay, I'm going to show you how I'm repairing this. And I'm going to go back to this only because I want to show you how we do it. Okay, superficial, take it, squeeze that guy in there hard. Now you put a little, you could use a whisk broom, you could use almost any kind, you could use a paintbrush, wet it. Now that will show if painted. So what we want to do is, this has got a little moisture on it. We just want to go in circles. Because once this is painted, we want it to blend in. And because this caulking has sand in it, that'll blend in just dandy. Man, I thought that was a tree branch. That's a lizard. Seen better days. He's in his casket. Okay, can you see that? You're not supposed to see it. So, the same thing I'm going to do here, but you see how already this is, I pushed that in. And guys, most cracks you see us repair, it doesn't take this damn long. This is taking long because it is so thick. I already know from my past experience, unless we get this caulking in here all the way to the very back, it'll suck it in tonight. And then they'll be on the phone and they'll say, hey, Kirk, you know that crack you did? It's back. I don't want to hear that. So I'm doing this. This is the third pass. And guys, what happens if this caulking shrinks, which it will, and they call me back and say, hey, Kirk, the caulking shrank. What happens? Nothing. We just put more caulking in. The next day, or say a day later, we come back and we do it again. So if you guys caulk something in the middle of the day, it is definitely going to shrink. You see that? I'm pushing it in. And it's still going in. But I expect it to. Let me clean this guy off here. Get off me. Okay. Again, I don't want to come back, so this is going to be the fourth time. And with superficial cracks like the one over there, all you got to do is just do the surface. You don't need to go through all this. I'm doing it a number of times to prove a point. This is a humongous structural crack, guys. Okay. Here we go. This is the last bit. I think I'll be fine right here. How many cracks have I fixed on stucco houses? About 1,000, maybe 10,000. A lot, guys. So it may seem like, why you keep going over it? I keep going over it to prove a point. I do not want to return. Now, if I were to do this whole crack right here, it'd take me an hour, guys, because I'm going to keep doing this boring crap over and over and over. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to match this finish. And same thing, guys. I take this this brush here. You guys can use a float. You guys can use a water brush. This right here or this one here, same deal. You just touch it with a little bit of water. And this is an acrylic latex caulking with sand in it. That's why it matches so well. If I were to use Sikaflex, now Sikaflex is the strongest caulking that I've ever used. I've been using this 40 years, guys. I wouldn't be able to do what I'm about to do. Now I'm going to take a little bit of water here. And I'm just going in circles lightly now because I don't want to indent it. The idea is when they paint this, they don't want to see one line. You guys probably all seen this. You'll see a finger mark of caulking. We don't want that. And so right here where it's really deep, I'm just going to hit it slightly because it'll indent even my caulking. So that's how you do it. Often, and you see this is pushing it in too. Again, this is probably the worst case scenario that we've shown as far as caulking a crack. This is more like, oh, this is a big one. You see that? It just went in because this brush is pushing it in. And that's okay. I'd rather be here a while right now than to return another day because this is about, an hour from my house. So let's do it one more time. In fact, I'll do it as many times as it takes because I don't want to have to come back. That brush pushed it in a little deeper. Again, with superficial ones like that, you just hit it and you're done. Now, I think that's went back as far as it's going to go. One little thing here, we got a really big hole. This right here is a little deeper than what caulking is recommended for, but we can handle it. Here I'm just going to match that texture by doing what they did. They sprayed this stucco on with a finish coat, then they came back and lightly troweled it. It's called a knockdown dash. That, and just blend it in. All right. Quit messing around, Kirk. Okay. Anyway, guys, if you got a crack this large, don't expect caulking to fix the structuralness of it, because it's still going to crack, guys. This is a humongous crack. In fact, I might put a little bit more in that, but you guys get the idea. Keep putting the caulking in until that is filled out and flush. And as you'll find this out, as you take a brush, a whisk broom, paintbrush, and you go over it, it's going to push it in even deeper, because this one is a 1 inch depth thick. All right, guys, Jay thought we should show you the final thing before we take off. He came over and said, "Damn, Dad, you're making that a career. I just finished the whole house and you're still on that one crack." Well, guys, that's a difficult crack to do and make sure that it's all the way sucked in. Anyway, my name is Kirk. Jason on the camera. We thank you guys for watching, and as usual, we'll see you on the next one.
All right, folks, as always, we want to thank you all for watching. We really appreciate your questions and comments. Please let us know if there's anything you'd like to learn about. And as always, from the entire Giordano family, we'll see you on the next one. Okay, well, we're never going to get better than that, so...